Greetings, Planeswalkers, and welcome to the arena. I am your host, Mint Alpha Lotus, here with you for another premium draft of Edge of Eternities. Yeah, the Alchemy set dropped this week, but I've never been, that big a fan of Alchemy, I guess. So it's not something that I'm going to jump into feet first. And the other thing is I really have not figured out normal drafting of Edge of Eternities yet, apparently, based on some of my more recent performances. So we're going to give this, yet another try. If you like what I do, please feel free to follow, subscribe. I've got all my different socials. I'm on YouTube and Twitch, streaming live every couple of days. And then we've got Instagram, TikTok, all those things. And yeah, if you're watching this, please come hang out during one of my live streams. I stream currently, it's Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, different times. Yeah. All right, so let's just jump right in here. Always exciting to see what we get in our first pick. Yeah, I did a live draft the other night, and man, my deck was just, it was beyond belief. I'm going to go over it in the stream later on today, but I've never drafted a deck anything even remotely like that. So my luck today might not be great. Okay, well, I mean, a Sunstar Chaplain is definitely a great thing to pick up as a first pick. I will definitely first pick that. There's also Cult Propulsion, which is fantastic. The Seam Rip is quite good. Unravel. Broodguard Elite is decent. So is Starfighter Pilot. And I'm a fan of the Turbo Drone, I have to say. I like it. And Ice Cave Crasher is great as well. Melted Moxite can be good, but definitely not a first pick. I mean, I think here we just grab the Chaplain. That's something that, yeah, I could see building a deck around that. It's based on the tapped creatures matters thing, so we might want to try to pick up some sort of cheap starship, like a sweeper or something like that. Definitely some way of tapping it. Oh yeah, the Sentinel can be good as well. That's another fantastic card. This is a decent pack. A lot of white in here. All right, following that up with Xu-Ifit. It's not something that I have had a chance to play with yet, so I don't know. I mean, maybe we just grab this. The Wedgelight Rammer is also fantastic. The Navigator is really, really good as well. There does not seem to be anything decent else in black here, but Pangolin's good. And yeah, there's a sweeper right there that we could grab, but I think I'm just going to go for the rare here. I mean, I've gotten pretty burned on rare drafting, but this is a decent card. Skeletons don't really matter in this format so much, but I don't know. I mean, there's value. If you can get this out and use it once, it's great. Worst case, it's there definitely to soak up some sort of removal. But we'll see how white and black turns out. I mean, there's very little white here. There's very little black. Yeah. Okay, so now there is another Rammer here, which is great. Memnon is a fantastic card. Probably not for us, based on the white and black theme. I mean, I think, like, honestly, the Rammer is good enough to just grab. I would love to have that Dockworker Drone. The Swarm Color can be okay. Skittermaw can also be okay. Nutrient Block, good. And yeah, in other cards, I mean, Tractor Beam, I've definitely made some great use of Tractor Beam in the past. Crasher is a fantastic card, but yeah, I think we're going to grab the Rammer here. Timeline Color can be okay. The Grav Ship is mental. Let's grab that up. That is an absolutely fantastic card. Command Bridge can be okay. Weftblade Enhancer, not my favorite card in the world, but it's all right. So yeah, I think, yeah, the Grav Ship. I mean, now we've got 2 different spacecraft, which is okay. Like, we're probably not going to want to grab any more than that necessarily. That gives us some great outlets for the Chaplain. Scout for Survivors can be good. Is there anything better in white and black? I mean, there's not really a whole lot great here in general, to be quite honest. I mean, maybe we just grab it up. It's, again, not my favorite thing in the world, but it can be okay. Mutinous Massacre. Wow, that's nuts. Absolutely bonkers. Here, I don't know. The color might be all right. Starfighter Pilot is something that I really do like. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a fantastic card by any means, but I don't know. I mean, Peergy Beckoner, also a great card. I mean, maybe we just take the color here and try to cut black off a little bit more. I find Starfighter Pilots, you can pick them up pretty easily. And we do have like a lot of graveyard recursion stuff here. All Faith Scroll, the Beamsaw Prospector is a great card, which I think I will grab that now. Scroll is good, but like unless we're planning to play a third color, which currently I'm not, and I don't have a whole lot of different lands, I don't really feel the need to jump on top of that. Whereas a Beamsaw Prospector is just like a really solid card. Exosuit Survivor here is okay. Probably the better of the cards. I mean, Gravblade Heavy is unplayable in my opinion. And I'm probably not going to play that. So let's grab that up. And now, I'm going to guess Starport Security probably the way to go. I mean, some black did wield, but it's white-black wield, but it is junk. Let's put it that way. So let's grab up that. Here, I don't know, maybe the Pangolin. Let's put the Colossus in the sideboard, maybe. I'm not going to play it, but I don't really see myself switching into red. The Swarm Color is a card that I will definitely take. That's awesome. And another one, I don't think I'm going to play a second one, but we'll put it there. So black seems pretty open. A Strip Mine. Wow. Okay. Is that better than... No, not really. I mean, we need some removal. Like... Oh, man. Like, if we were in green, I would definitely snap the Strip Mine immediately. Not going to play Pinnacle Starcage. Tragic Trajectory is okay, but it's definitely not, like, my favorite of the removal spells. However, I don't know. Maybe a Strip Mine. It's... yeah. I feel like this is a pretty dicey pick to grab the rear, but it's, yeah. It's not legal in almost all formats. Yeah, I feel like I probably just have to do that. Stomping Ground, wow, a Voidforged Titan? That's a great pickup. Definitely grab that up. Yeah, you draw a card, lose 1 life whenever Void is activated. Which, I don't know that we have a lot of warp. I guess we've got the timeline color, which works well. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to grab that Titan. We really have to start prioritizing some removal. I mean, technically the Faithful is quasi-removal, so let's grab that up. I think it's better than anything else here. Definitely not taking a Zealous Display. Yeah, I mean, the Hull Carver, Grab Pack Monoist are nice, but I'm going to take the Pauler's Faithful because it is kind of removal. Virus Beetle next, I think, over a Timeline color, probably. I think that's a stronger, probably a stronger pickup. And it's a nice 2-drop. Focus Fire, actually, probably even better. It's, again, it's not the greatest removal, but it is removal. And black does seem to be wheeling. A Blast Zone is not something I'm playing here. Here, maybe... Oh, wow, a Might. That's pretty nice. Especially 5th pick. Don't want another Scout for Survivors. The Night Luminary is probably the strongest pickup here. I do like the Night Luminary. I think that's a great card. Plus, it's got some warp. The Command Bridge. Again, if we were playing more colors, probably. Oh, wow. A Monoist Circuit Feeder. That is awesome. And we've got 4 artifacts, so that's not too bad. Again, like Grav Pack Monos would be good, but yeah, the Circuit Feeder is just, it's too good to pass up. It is, again, kind of quasi-removal. Doesn't always land, but, oh, and a Depressurize. Yeah, I'll take that over the Dock Worker drone. Depressurize has just been fantastic in this format. I keep missing out on Dock Worker drones, though. That's unfortunate. I would really like to have one, but Terrain Generator is not something I'm going to play. In fact, I don't know that anything here is necessarily something I'm going to play. Yeah, I don't think it's... I don't know. Maybe we just dunk that in the sideboard. All right, that rescue skiff wield. That's okay. Yeah, I mean that would definitely be better if we had like a enchantment removal or something like that. It's, I mean, it's pretty high end, but the flight deck coordinate. No, I'm going to take the decode transmissions here. That's a decent little card. The Weft Blade Enhancer, not something I'm thrilled to play, but... And another Colossus. Interesting. Wow, Ragost, okay. Meteor Crater? Nope. Definitely not playing that. There's a Radiant Strike here, which is something I'm going to snap up. Also fantastic is the Scrap Bot and the Virus Beetle. Those could both be great, but I think, yeah, I'm going to grab up the Radiant Strike. Again, just to have a bit of removal. How are we looking for playables? We still need a couple, which is an okay place to be. Maybe the Beckoner here. I mean, you can warp that in for very little mana. I'm not playing another Rescue Skiff. And I don't know that I need any more 3-drops necessarily. I already have an Exosuit Survivor. Not playing that. So, yeah, let's take the Beckoner. Our Rayblade Trooper is good, as is the Caesarean Voidborn. I think I might go for the Voidborn here. Again, Dockworker Drone totally misses out. That's too bad. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I want the Rayblade Trooper as well, but I feel like with all the Graveyard Recursion and stuff like that I have here, probably better off with the Voidborn. The timeline color and stuff like that really works well. So will Xu-Ifit. Scrounge for Eternity is not something I'm going to play in this lifetime. However, an Embrace Oblivion is a fantastic card. Yeah, that is what I'm grabbing. Hymn of the Faller now? Yeah. Yeah, Hymn of the Faller is very good. Oh, there's another Radiant Strike. I think I probably play that. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking kind of high here for 4-drops, but I think it's okay to maybe drop a couple of things. Like, I'll probably drop the Skiff. Starfighter Pilot, that's... Oh, another grab kill. Bam. Grab that. Yeah, no question there. Banishing Light. Yep. Awesome. Well, we're definitely getting a lot of removal. That's okay. We're pretty high on creatures, so good. Yeah, Banishing Light is a great pickup. Literally nothing here that I want to play. Absolutely nothing. So I'll probably just take the uncommon card. Once again, nothing, so we'll take the Meteor Crater, I guess. Another Rescue Skiff, which is the most likely thing that I will play, even though I'm not going to play it. Here, pull through the weft, I suppose. Squire's Lightblade is not something I'm going to play. And Meltstrider's gear. Alright. So we do have a couple of cuts we have to make. I think they're going to be from the 3 and 4 area, probably. Yeah, we have 2 cuts to make. Part of me kind of just wants to get rid of the rammer, but how are we doing for spacecraft? We have 2. I think the Savior is probably... Let's get rid of the Scout for Survivors as well. And then... Is there something better in the higher end that we can play? I mean, we've already got a lot of high end here. 3.3 is quite high. I'm going to get rid of that because it's not particularly thrilling. I wish we had a few more 2-drops. Good 2-drops have been absolutely brutal in this format. And, I mean, to be fair, I did pass a lot of them. There's no question about that, but, yeah. Way more black than white, so why did it give me... I also have more black pips than white. What is this, like 10 and 6 probably? Something like that. Yeah, way more black. No question about that at all. Part of me kind of wants to cut the Wedge-Light Rammer and maybe just go with, like, the Savior or something like that. But, like, I mean, we have too many 4-drops. We definitely have too many 4-drops. And creatures, I mean, we're okay for creatures. I think... I don't know. I feel like this is probably okay. Like, I wish we had been able to get one of the signpost uncommons, like a Servandum or something. It's been absolutely brutal, like, trying to put together good decks. Again, like, I don't feel like this is a particularly strong deck. Sunstar Chaplain's a good card, but, like, it's not that good. And Xu-Ifit is not even that great of a card, so... We don't have a whole lot going on for us here. We've got a lot of removal, but we also really don't have a whole lot of fast plays. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe we try this. And if we lose our first game, I think I'm going to swap out the strip mine if we find that we are not, you know, hitting proper mana. I think that's probably a good idea. But I mean, the nice thing about this is that we are fairly low on the curve for a lot of our spells. So I don't know. We'll give this a try. We might get totally blown out of here again, but I don't know what to do in this format anymore. Like, there's so much luck in terms of just making sure you get some decent cards. But you know, that's literally all in luck. Okay, I mean, this is not good in the fact that we have so much black land in this deck and no way to play it, but we've got till, like, turn 4, so we've got a good curve out before that. I have no doubt Sunstar Chaplain is going to get annihilated. Okay, we can warp the Luminary for another bit of value. We'll attack in. Yeah, the Chaplain is about to get defrocked. What's a good deconsecrated? Yeah, he's not surviving. There's no way. Okay, well he is surviving. That's all right. It would be really nice to play that Fell Grav ship, but we're not going to be able to do that, unfortunately. You know what? Here, I actually want the lander token. This was not a good attack. I should have only attacked with the Chaplain. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, well, that worked out. Let's do this. Just to get it out of plasma bolt range. I mean, if he's got a little more hardcore removal, then that's okay too. Okay, an Arden. Fantastic. Question is, do we want to get in for a bunch? I mean, I feel like that's probably a decent play. I'm just going to play the board. 8? Oh man, I have to station that for 8? Okay, let's do this. We'll do that. Just diversify a little bit. A Land Seeker, that's a good play. I mean, we are definitely not developing our board, which is going to probably bite us, but here we are. If opponent blows that lander token, I'll be thrilled. Okay, Memorial Team Leader. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to take that. Okay. There we go. That's a little nicer. Yeah, this is a bit tough. We're definitely not in what I would call like a great situation, are we? 3, 4, no. Yeah, we don't have a lot to play, unfortunately. So let's try to get this out, I guess. Let's do that. And then I think we're just going to pass turn. Oh, crap. We don't even have mana to tap. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Opponent's going to attack. Everything, ostensibly. Yeah, so this is, I guess that's there. I mean, we've got to chump with absolutely everything at this point, do we? Pretty much. That. And here and here. Oh man, yeah, we played this completely wrong, didn't we? Opponent's got a lot of land. A lot of land. And yeah, the best we can do here is get down 2 more creatures. That's it. Yeah. And I guess that's it. Oh well, yeah, we should have played to the board, but I mean, mostly we had spaceships in our hand, which was not going to really cut it that much. Again, another example of just flooded out with spaceships that aren't particularly playable. Let's try another one. Yeah, I had a major advantage there, and I guess I should have just continued to play the board. Got some spacecraft out, started stationing those. We are on the play this time with a hand that is definitely not as nice as last time. But we've got some decent land. Shield mate, that's okay. I'm going to play this to be a bit of a blocker in case he can activate that shield mate. Next turn we can play the Voidborn, then we can play the Swarm color. Navigator is a nice card. Yeah, I'll definitely trade those. No question. Wow, 3 colors. Interesting. Okay. I will trade off those as well. Opponent's got a trick for that. That's okay. Nice. All right. And a curiosity. Well, opponent's getting close to being out of steam, so that's all right. Here, I think we'll just play the Swarm. Oh, that's not what I wanted to play at all. Okay. Then we're going to play that. And we will hold up Depressurize, I think. Right. It's great when you grab the wrong card. Need to deep breath, reset my brain, and focus on... yeah. That's... Really glad we actually did what we did, because now we can depressurize it. And opponent probably has a trick for that, I'm going to guess. No, thank God. Okay. So that, if we had actually made the play we wanted, the Swarm color, we would be doomed right now. I'm not going to block that. That's quite fine. And a rammer. So we need to station that for 7 more. That's all right. Opponent's got a bit of a slow start. Psionicist, that's pretty decent. And a Wayfarer, all right. Opponent's getting a lot of value off that Navigator. Cryo Shatter. All right. That is okay. Yeah, here I think we do this. And the Cryo Shatter allows us to continue to get value, which is nice. Relic, that's a great play on opponent's part. No blocks. Very lucky. This game would have been completely over if it wasn't for the Ouroboros being destroyed. Yeah, I'm gonna just play that out again. I mean, I feel like that probably would have been better to wait, but here, I think we can race. The opponent does have the Cryogen Relic. Tractor Beam. Okay. That's that's an interesting play for sure. Alright. And I'm one short of winning again. Is that... Yeah, I was one short of winning last game as well. Alright, well here I think we just set up for a win. Let's just attack in. I mean, this is really not optimal because, oh, and that wasn't what I meant to do. I always think warp is on the left, and anyway, that might be the losing play. Alright, yeah, well, that's certainly not good. I mean, on the right side, we did get, you know, more of the board state down here. Star Breach Whale, okay. So that's the game. That's neither. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. All right, let's just attack in. Alright, jump and jump. Once at 3. Cannot believe I threw another game away. But I think we're okay here now. Okay. Do we just take the circuit feeder? Is that what we should be doing here? I mean, probably. Let's get the rammer. No, because I'm not going to be able to deal with that anyway. Let's get the chaplain. Can't believe how badly I play this game. Yep, I definitely did not make some good choices there. That was truly awful. But I mean, we kind of ground our opponent out, but they didn't have great plays. So I don't know. I've been playing terribly lately. I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know if it's just one of those weeks. All right, I'm on the play with a hand that is not good. This is really awkward. Nothing till turn 3. I mean, we'll keep it. We'll see if we draw into something. It's really slow. The circuit feeder is something that I don't think will ever see the light of day. But because we are on the play, I feel like we might be all right here. Possibly. Not gonna warp that. Starfighter pilot's a good play. Yeah, let's do this. And then if he wants to attack, we can... I'm not going to pick anything up. If he wants to attack in, we'll trade. Then we'll play the Fell Grab Ship to get it back. I think we're fine with that. At least gives us something to do. Wow, we hope for more land. Code Cracker Hound. Wow, that's great. Yeah, opponent's definitely outvaluing us here. He's done one surveil, and now he will get a card, and then that's warped in, so he'll get yet another card. But he is dirtling a little bit, so that's at least in our favor. I mean, we definitely need to draw 2 more land. There's no question. We're in a lot of trouble if we don't hit some more lands. That's not a land. I mean, I almost just want to draw... I want to hit Decode Transmissions, I feel like, just to make sure we get our land. That none of that is land. No land. It's going to be one of those games again. Yeah. Warping a Night Luminary, which is all right. And another Night Luminary. Okay, so again, not like a ton of value. I am hoping that we draw into a land this turn. That's not a land either. However, it is a blocker, which is all right. "17 lands in the deck, and we've now missed 2 land drops." It's unbelievable. Every land that we had in our opening hand. It's not a good feeling format. Okay, Vanishing Light, yep. And hit me for 2. Hit me for 3. Okay. We could have at least focus fired if we drew into land. No land. Okay, this is... I feel like this is kind of over. I think what I'm actually going to do here is this. Play him. I mean, it's so obvious I have a focus fire in hand, but I want to try to maintain my life total here. Cracker Hound, yep. Yeah, it's definitely been really hard to stay positive in this format where... Wow, that's the 4th Night Luminary? Amazing. Where you're just always feeling like... just, you know, total lack of lands, etc., etc. So yeah, we've got to do that. And then this, and then at least we get a lander token, which I bet we're going to draw into land now, because that's how this always goes. No, okay. Right, well, I mean, I also kind of just want to embrace Oblivion, and if I had any other damn play on the board, I probably will. But I'm wasting a whole turn to literally do nothing, which is challenging. Opponent's on 6 land, and we are on 3. Oh, there's 3 land. Of course, 3 land. What? Yeah. That's unbelievable. That's so disgusting. Three land. I mean, if opponent had a deck that was, you know, capable of making plays, we would be run over by now. Starfield Vocalist would have been nice a couple of turns ago, I feel like. still pretty good play. Can't fault him that, that's for sure. Nice. A land. And what do we play here? Probably the color. I'm honestly not sure that it matters that much. We have 6 cards in hand and nothing, unfortunately, to be able to... Like, we can't play anything. I'm gonna die with a handful of cards because opponent's got 6 land to our now finally 4. Oh lord, station monitor. Ha! Do we just, yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, get a bullet trigger on this. What a shit show. Other land. Right. Didn't matter. We did nothing that game. That, yeah, that feels terrible. That has been so many drafts lately where it's like amazing opening hand and you don't draw any land for 6 turns. There's no way to win a game like that. I don't know. It's Edge of Eternities. It's really, really frustrating. I was hoping this today would go better than our previous draft, but it's not. And, you know, that's just how it goes. And, I mean, I see this being echoed all across the spectrum. Okay, I mean, we've got no gas in this hand, but at least we've got some land. So this is the polar opposite. We can start doing some stuff. Maybe we'll draw into something else. Other land. This is going to be a flood. I'm sure this is going to be a flood. This is already a flood. 5 land is more than we saw that whole last game. Yeah, Fire Speedle. Here, take land. Okay, Circuit Feeder's alright. I'm just going to attack in. Go get my land and start ramping towards my Circuit Feeder. Okay. Yeah, whatever. And that is going to be, I guarantee you right now, that's going to be the last land we get. Yeah, alright. That's fine. Spawn's got 6 cards in hand. We have 5 cards now. Zealot, that's a good play. I'm just gonna rip that right now. My opponent's on blue-black, so he's definitely got some removal as well. That's alright. You know, we're gonna need something to do here. That would be nice. Again, I mean, it's not the best deck in the world, but the curve out was okay. There's so many 2 and 3 drops that I really don't understand why this would, like, be a problem. You've got to be kidding me. I am going to warp this and play it in order just to get some freaking value off of it. Though I guarantee this will be when we draw our 6th land. We do have a Brace Oblivion that we can use on the token, though, which is nice. Opponent's got a lot of land. There we go. I'm going to play this, I think, rather than the feeder. I mean, I am a little concerned that opponent's going to have a sweeper here. Okay. If they're playing that, then they probably do not. So that's all right. I mean, we probably should have played this out earlier to get the 1 value. But if we lose the game by 1 life, then I'll know what happened. Crack around? Yeah. That's all right. We can Radiant Strike that. Which seems crazy, but we can do it. Oh wow, Desculpting Blast. That's a nice thing to toss, so it means he must have some sort of color. Okay. The Faller's Faithful is nice. I absolutely... You know what? I'm going to attack with everything. Hey, Agron, how you doing? Thanks for joining us today. I'm just kind of bitching about this format. Let's get rid of that. If he wants to continue to burn life, then we're good with that. For a format with a lot of artifacts, I haven't had a whole lot of luck with my Radiant Strikes in today's games. Corral of the Void. Oh lord, okay. That is not good, but I guess we are gonna get rid of whatever. Let's just get rid of that. Get ourselves some... Okay. What's the play? Play it correctly. Been good air show today. Where, what air show? Let's get rid of you. Do an extra point of damage. And opponent scoops. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, this is not a good deck, but it, like, you know, 2 wins. Roskilde Air Show here in Denmark. Oh, wow. Cool. I've been to Europe. I'm from Canada. I've been to Europe. I've been to, like, France, England, but I've never been as far as Denmark. I do want to go. I hear amazing things about Denmark. The education standards there are like some of the highest in the world. Like people there are incredibly well educated. So I'm assuming magic is probably like a big thing there based on the fact that, you know, it's a strategy game. A lot of like you definitely need a lot more cleverness than I have probably. I'm feeling absolutely stupid today. I don't know what's going on. I didn't sleep well last night, but yeah. What does yeah, it sounds like a really fun country. What is Roskilde? Is that how you pronounce it? What does that mean in England or in English? Do you mainly play on Arena? Oh, okay. Very old city. Well, I mean, Denmark is a very old place. They had a civilization when England was still trying to get its stuff together in the Middle Ages. Play Paper Magic. Cool. Yeah, I play Paper Magic too. Actually, here's a blast from the past. This is just like sitting randomly on my desk, but that's a card that I know a lot of people love. I've got a couple of these from back in the day. Chaos Orbs. I need to get that into a binder or something. I pulled it out of a box the other day that I found, which was nice. I mean, it's always nice to find a unlimited Chaos Orb in a box. Large Viking city. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like England itself was populated heavily by Vikings because of like all the raids through the Middle Ages until Charles was not Charles, the first king of England, 1000 AD. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, that's cool. I really do want to go to like Denmark and just Scandinavia in general one of these days. I don't fly very well. I've never like really enjoyed getting on planes and stuff like that. But I mean, it is such a different culture in Europe from Canada and certainly from the US, I would say as well. And yeah, I mean, like when I was in France, I spent a lot of time in southern France in the countryside. It's so beautiful there. So beautiful. Okay, let's do one more here. And then maybe take a quick break. But yeah, we'll see how this game goes. I mean, we've already got absolutely hammered today. And I mean, we did beat the Ouroboros though by sheer dumb luck. Okay, this is a decent little, again, awkward because of the timeline color, but we'll play that on turn 3. And we'll get some of this stuff out. Biggest Viking ships found in Roskilde was discovered to have used wood from Dublin, Ireland. That makes perfect sense. Is that like the Drakkar ships? Is that what they call them? I'm going to get in for one here if I can. Yep. And then play out Prospector. If opponent wants to trade that Hull Carver, I am perfectly thrilled to do that. It's pretty incredible how they can like actually, you know, figure out where wood was from. That's kind of nuts. If opponent trades here, yeah, we are definitely decoding transmissions. And get that in rather than the timeline color. What's he gonna do here? Some sort of trick? Okay. That's fine. I will take my cards. Vanishing Light is nice. I know a little bit about planes and stuff like that. I wouldn't say like I'm, you know, an expert on air show, etc., etc. Let's get this out. What sort of planes? Like, are they Danish planes specifically, or like I'm assuming they would show off acrobatic team? Okay. And now, like, is this something they do every year, or is it something that is more like because of like threats of like Russia and stuff? Are they kind of just showing off like their capabilities? Okay. Every year thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, here I think we just rip that plains. And then I'm going to slam the Titan, I think, actually. Pass turn. The next turn we'll Banishing Light. German, British, Swedish. Cool. That's awesome. Wow, we are drawing a lot of land here, folks. A lot of land. Nice. Chaplain. Bonus scoops. Well, yeah, I mean, he got very, very screwed for land there. Belarusian rat. Interesting. Okay. Probably the F-16. Oh, neat. Okay. JS-39 Gripen. I'm not, like, I know what an F-16 is, obviously, just specifically based on my age. But the JS-39 Gripen, I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. Is it like more of a modern plane? I mean, F-16s are absolute workhorses. I know that much for sure. Yeah, I mean, opponent had no land here at all. And I mean, to be fair, we had too much, but yeah. I mean, it was polar opposite of what we just played. Oh, Gen 5. Okay, cool. Was there like a lot of drone stuff, or was it mainly like actual airships? Like drone combat's becoming such a huge thing in this day and age, I know. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Remote control stuff, no drones. Neat. Yeah, I mean, definitely the face of combat is changing. I mean, the face of the world is changing. Not to get too political in a Magic the Gathering. But yeah, here in Canada, we're definitely feeling the pinch from, you know, a number of things going around these days. And yeah, that's that. So, okay, 3 and 2. Like, I mean, I'm happy with 3 wins with this deck. That's not bad at all. Hopefully we can get a little bit more. I mean, there's also the Arena Direct stuff this weekend, which I would really like to do and post on the channel. I'm hoping to do that probably tomorrow morning. And I won't do that on live stream, but I will record a video and get that up. We never have a whole lot of luck with the sealed, but I mean, that's literally what it is. Like last night, okay. So Agron, since you're here, do you mind if I show you some paper Magic stuff? I pulled the most insane sealed deck of my life last night, and like completely crushed at the tournament. So I'll have you been enjoying Edge of Eternities? What are your thoughts on Edge of Eternities? Let me I'm just gonna go over to the other camera so that we'll do some card inspection here. And a little dark. Let me just turn a light on. I'll be right back. Yeah, that's a little better. All right. So, traveling through outer space. So most of these are sleeve, but I played an Izzet deck, and it was absolutely just nuts. Like the stuff that I kept getting past was crazy. It all started, like the first card that I opened was a Pinnacle Emissary. Lobster Chef. Lobster Chef. Yeah, this is the first time there's ever been a lobster monster type, I think. I was reading that the other day. I don't know if I'm 100% correct in that, but from what I understand, there's never been a lobster type before, even though there have been lobsters in the game. Like back in Fallen Empires, there was like hominids or whatever, and they were like lobstery dudes. But back in early days of Magic, they didn't really codify creatures the way that they do now. Like, you know, Llanowar Elves was like summon Llanowar Elves or whatever, right? Like stuff was, it wasn't like now where it's like summon Elf Druid. It was a little more sketchy back then. One of the lobster. Yeah, some mono blue creature. Yeah, and Scientist is like, this is the first set that there's ever been Scientists. So that's kind of cool too. I don't know, like I love the theme. I absolutely love the theme, and I love the art, and I love what some of the cards do. But I find like especially for limited, the game balance is so broken right now. It is absolutely ridiculous. Like so many games where I'm either flooding or screw, and like Magic has always been like this to some degree, but the last few sets, like Final Fantasy was amazing for playing limited. And yeah, I love the lands too. Like the fact that the lands are the bonus sheet, it really helps you get, like, you can fill your collection in of lands that some of them were ludicrously expensive. Not to say that a lot of them are cheaper, you know, like what is it, the Forgotten Tomb or whatever. Still crazy expensive, especially in some of the premium treatments. Avendo, yeah, actually, so at the draft last night, the girl next to me pulled the showcase art of Avendo. And I turned to her and I said, like, you know, you can literally throw all your cards on the ground right now, walk out with that one card and not even play in the tournament, and you're ahead. Like, that was amazing. The showcase version of Avendo, I think, is like $40 or 50 or $60 or something like that. Like it's yeah, she did well. Now, I did quite well as well. I definitely can't complain. Pinnacle Emissary is such a broken card. Like, it is great. When this thing starts going off, man, it's nuts. Like, last week we had a draft where this just started chain reacting, and the number of drone tokens I was getting was crazy. I also had a Starwinder on the board, so those drones were getting in, doing damage, and drawing me more cards. Just nuts. But yeah, whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless drone artifact creature. And you can warp this in on turn 2 and then play an artifact and get a drone. So it's, yeah, the warp mechanic is really cool. Like, out of all the mechanics, like, I'm not a huge fan of Station. Void is just, it's really hard to keep track of Void, especially if you're not the player that concerns it. I actually wrote Wizards of the Coast last week because the warp mechanic in Arena is not that strong. Like, I lost one of my games just because I didn't realize that the opponent had warped their Night Luminary instead of played it out, and so I played the, you know, I played everything wrong. And then I also, you know, mentioned that, like, there should probably be like a token on screen that says like Void has been triggered, because if you have a Void card in your hand, it lights up, like the little icon on that lights up. But if you don't have a Void trigger in your hand, it's like, well, should I blow my lander token or not? I can't remember if Void has been triggered. But yeah, Warp is fantastic. Like, Warp on Pinnacle Emissary is ludicrously strong. And Halia Guided by Light, the 1 white warp that you can get her out for, like, that can sometimes, I mean, you could play her and a Night Luminary on turn 3, and then you're drawing a card because you're gaining 3 life. She is so broken. In my first sealed, I got a Halia. I got the showcase version of Halia, which was beautiful art. I played it, and I basically swept that paper sealed as well. But yeah, Pinnacle Emissary is nuts. And then I got past this, which is crazy, Rust Harvester. I was already going for like an aggressive aggro artifact Izzet deck at that point. Like, I would have gladly switched out of Izzet if it wasn't open, but after getting a sign like being past a Rust Harvester, this card's so broken too. A Menace, 1/1 Menace for 1 mana that 2 and tap, exile an artifact card from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and then it deals damage equal to its power to any target. And that works crazy. Oh yeah, the next thing I got past was this. Warmaker Gunship, arguably like one of the better cards in the format. 3 mana, 4/3 spacecraft. It stations on 6. Like, that station cost is crazy low. And when it enters, it deals damage equal to the number of artifacts you control to target creature and opponent controls. So it's usually a 2-for-1 at least. And then it, you know, you can get this thing stationed on turn 3, maybe turn 4. You know, if you can't get it on turn 3, certainly turn 4. And it becomes a big threat. And again, it's an artifact. If it goes to the graveyard, Rust Harvester can consume it from the graveyard to do damage. The synergies were nuts. And somebody passed me this, which is like a $14 rare. Consult the star charts. I mean, that's starting to get played over stock up in a lot of decks because it's bonkers. 2 mana, it's an instant, which stock up is not. So stock up, as good as it is a bit of a non-bo with control decks, right? Because you want to be playing instant card draw. So if you can play this with the kicker, look at the top X cards of your library. X is the number of lands you control. Not different lands, like the number of lands. If you play this even with 4 lands, you're basically looking at the top 4 lands, and if you kicked it, then you draw 2 cards. If you didn't kick it, you draw 1. So at the very least, it replaces itself, and it's kind of like a bit of a surveil mechanic. If you play that on turn 2, you look at 2 cards, take one of them. It's nuts. Counter doubler with warp 1. Yeah. That's loading zone. Is that the green one that you're talking about? Loading zone's quite a good card. I've got a couple of those now in paper as well. That like loading zone really makes stationing incredibly effective, because if you have loading zone, it doubles all the counters. So if you station something, you're doubling the number of station counters, and if you can warp that in really cheap, just nuts. Pack 3, I opened this ludicrous rare. Like, so I mean, I probably would not have pulled, or Mythic, I guess. I would not have pulled Tezzeret, but for 2 facts. I mean, it's a foil Tezzeret, so like cool. I love Tezzeret. I mean, on my YouTube channel, the very first video that I put out was called Who is Tezzeret? And it kind of talks about how he gets into this Sothera system and where he came from. And that was a really fun video to put together. He's the only planeswalker in the set. So, and as an artifact synergy card, yeah, Tezzeret. One of the seals, the guy who picked up his box right after me also got a Tezzeret. So like the store that I play at, it's a small store. Like not a lot of people play there. Usually like a draft is a pot of like 5, 6, 7 people. A couple of the pre-release events, I went to 2 of them. One had like 9 people, I think it was, and the other one had 6. So, you know, not a huge store, but really cool. Like everyone there is awesome. Like, you know how you go to some stores and people are like, yeah, a bit iffy, but those guys are really cool. And yeah, if I had just been one person later, this would have been my second Tezzeret. The fact it was foil, so it was in the foil spot in the pack. What I had to pass in order to take the Tezzeret was the Sothera the Super Void. And the guy next to me, I knew he was playing black. Like I just had a feeling. And he looked at me when I passed him a Sothera the Super Void. And he's like, what in the name of God did you take out of this pack in order to pass a Sothera? Because, I mean, honestly, like, even if there had been something in that pack that wasn't as good as Tezzeret, I would have probably hate drafted the Sothera just because I wouldn't have wanted to play against it. Copy. Oh, wow. Loading zone after a warp it. Yeah, that would be absolutely bonkers then. Yeah, that's... Loading zone can be a little bit crazy. And then... like, you know, and again, like Tezzeret's not a mind-blowing card, but in a deck where I was already putting together like all artifact synergies and making it a really aggressive deck, I had a lot of low drops. And then somebody passed me the end stone and I'm like, okay, I'll take that too. So that's what, 2 mythics in there and a bunch of rares. It was nuts. And yeah, other than that, like a lot of cheap stuff, like Slag Drill Scrapper is a fantastic card. So, I mean, I drafted 2 of those. Awesome stuff. Oh yeah, Calyx Guided by Fate. I'm well aware of that card. Yeah, I've played against. I mean, back in Strixhaven, Calyx was like part of a really, really heavily played meta enchantments deck. And yeah, that could just... Calyx goes off, man. Yeah, I got really lucky, Aggron, like absolutely crazy lucky. There was some stuff. So like red was solid open. There was nobody else playing red. Somebody else hate drafted a Pain for All, which if I had got that, I mean, that would have been so nuts. I mean, this deck was already crazy without it. So for removal, Cryo Shatter, fantastic little cheap removal. Foil Plasma Bolt and a normal Plasma Bolt. I think I drafted 4 Plasma Bolts, actually. I only played 2 of them. Divert Disaster, which I wasn't all that sold on because, like, I mean, I probably should have swapped that out for another Plasma Bolt. It's a great card, but where I was playing aggro, like I found I just never had the mana up. And, you know, usually by turn 6 or 7, it's But like the benefit of this is that even if opponent does pay the mana, you get a lander token. And so if you have Tezzeret out, that's a counter onto Tezzeret, which is nice. I friggin' love this card. Like the Wormwall Sweeper is a card that I almost universally play in decks because it is so cheap to hit the board. It's a 2-drop, which is fantastic. It stations so cheap. And then it's like a nice 4/4 or a 2/2 evasive creature. And it's only 4 to station. That's amazing. Like in terms of spacecraft, I think we needed more stuff like this rather than the stuff that was like 9 to station or 8 to station, or like even the planets are 12 to station. Like unless you have some sort of way in mind to get a 12 station thing done, that's a lot. I love this card too, especially again in an aggressive artifact deck. Steel Swarm Operator, flyer. You know, it's like a flying land war elf for artifacts that you know, you can activate abilities of artifact sources with it as well. I don't know that I had a whole lot of that though, but yeah. Or play Pangolin. I should have probably played a bit more of that. And then, I mean, this guy won me a game. When there was one game where I had him on the board and I had the Endstone out, and this, like the Ardent was just decimating the opponent because I would just continue playing creature after creature. Because with the Endstone, every time you lay a land or cast a spell, you draw a card. And it was just like, it was nuts. The card value, I had one card left in my deck when I won. Yeah, Endstone is absolutely crazy. An opponent had like 2/5/5 creatures on the board, and he couldn't even attack in because he was at a very low life total. And I always had a chumper on the board. Like I had a number of chumpers, but like he just sat back. He's like, my goal, he literally told me, he was like, my goal now is just to try to get you to deck out. I was like, yeah, I think that's the best thing. And I think we took maybe 5-6 turns. And because I mean, I played the Endstone. I think it was actually like on turn 7 or 8 or something like that, like about as quickly as I could have played it. And the guy I was playing is a fantastic player. Like I will say, he's a better player than me. He's very, very good. I've gone up against him a bunch of times. The only way I beat him was because this deck is nuts. Somebody passed this as well, the Memnon. This thing is just crazy in a Izzet artifact deck. Like you can see the synergy here is nuts for a draft. Flying, whenever an artifact you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. And I mean, I had that one Pangolin as well, which was getting bigger. And then classic removal, Bombard, always nice to have in a deck. Quasi removal and card draw with Cryogen Relic. That thing was very, very helpful as well. That won me a couple games. The eponymous Orbital Plunge. Great card. Deals 6 damage to target creature. There's a lot of games where, you know, I had so many threats down on the board that I could just hold up like tons of removal in my hand. This is a card I was like, when this set first came out, I wasn't really sold on the Cav Landseeker, but man, it's good. And as you'll notice, like Orbital Plunge, Cav Landseeker, these all create lander tokens, which with Tezzeret is again like another great combo there. Mechanozoa is an artifact you can warp in for cheap. Again, works really well with Tezzeret. I always feel like most decks should have a Starbreach Whale, even if you never get up to 5 mana with it. My Chroma's chroming on pink, and there's pink in this card. So you can see through it. Yeah, it's hard. Like I had a green screen behind these cards, but you know, there's a green color in Magic. And one really, really nice thing about Edge of Eternities is if you go and look at, like, if you go online and look at like the color blocks, all the red cards are red. All the, like the art for the red cards is red. The art for the blue cards is blue. If you look at the bonus sheet for Final Fantasy, you got stuff like Squall Leonhardt, which is like, what was he? He's white, but the art was totally red, and it was so confusing. Yeah, Endstone's crazy. You actually go up to half your starting life, which you go up to 10, which is still nuts. Like that is absolutely crazy, and it works well with stuff like, there's so many synergies with that in terms of even like the timeline colors, because you can pay 2 life, just gain it back. Guys can swing in, hit you. I'm down to 1 and I'm back to 10. You can be burning through your life total. Like it's unfortunate that there's not like a card like Necropotence where you can spend your life to draw cards. That would have been, that would have been so broken for this set. And then some of the stuff I didn't play, there's a couple of land here, which I'm not going to bother to show off, but yeah, like a little foil comic crawler, you know. This, I was surprised nobody drafted. Station Monitor is almost as good as the Pinnacle Emissary. I mean, you're creating tons of drone tokens. Like generally you create a drone token every turn, because every time you double spell. Right, yeah, Commander, you start with more life. Do you start with 40? Because I know, like, on Arena, there's Brawl, and you start with 25 on Arena, but, like, I know Brawl is not Commander. Like, there's very This thing I hate drafted because I hate this card. Gene Morph Imago, whenever I play it, I just cannot get much value off of it, or else it gets removed before I can even get it onto the board. It gets removed so fast, it makes my head spin. But this thing with like the Hemosembic Mites is stupid powerful, because it can make the Mite a 6/6, and then the Mite gives something else, +6/+6. And if you combine that with the guy who doubles the power of a creature whenever you lay a land, that just gets nuts. As I said, 2 more plasma bolts. I often got to the point where all that was left in the pack was plasma bolt because no one else was playing red. I think there was only one other person playing blue as well. But as you can see, like, this is a blue card. The art is blue. That's, at a glance, you can tell what color it is. 2 Melded Moxites, which I didn't play because I played the Cryogen Relic instead. I really like the fact that the Cryogen Relic has the ability to like lock something down for turn. I do like this card as well, especially in Rakdos. Molecular Modifier works really well with the Death Touch creatures in Rakdos. Commander's 40. Yeah, 2025. Okay. So it's 40 when you're playing like a whole different pool of people, like a whole bunch of people. Yeah. Just so that if everyone gangs up on you, you don't die instantly. Is that the case? We used to play, back in the 90s, we used to play it was like, I think what they call 2-headed giant now. Like, we used to call it Commander back then. And you'd have 3 people on each side of the table. You'd have the guy in the middle with 30 life, and then the guy on the left and the guy on the right each had 20, and the same on the other side of the board. And in order to attack the guy in the middle, you could only use direct damage to hit him, or you'd have to go through one side or the other. And you could pass your creatures to the guy next to you. So if you were the commander, quote unquote, you'd cast your creature, and then on the next turn, you could move it either to the left or the right, and then your left or right lieutenant could attack the left or right lieutenant on the other side. So the right guy could only attack the right, left guy could only attack the left. That was... Yeah, I'd love to see your Calyx deck. I think Calyx is a fantastic card. I absolutely love it. Litho Breaking, that's another great little card. I mean, it's like a Pyroclasm effect, which, that's cool. Love this card, but I didn't end up playing it. I think I had too many 3-drops. But man, I like Nanoform Sentinel's another great card for stationing stuff, because you can use this to station, use something else to station, and then when this becomes tapped, you untap the thing you station with, and it can either defend or station again. And then 2 red Tiger Mechans, which I don't find them to be that powerful a card, but because you can warp it, it's a great synergy with Tezzeret. And it has haste, which is nice. The Cavron Sky Warden, I don't like it, but I know I'm in the minority probably. Like, it's an okay card. And especially because like it has that void trigger on it that makes it bigger, and the reach. Oh, actually, I think you can't drop links into the chat, Agron. Sorry about that. If you want to email me though, I'd love to see it. Like, my email is just my name, mintalphalotus@gmail.com. I think Calyx is a really cool card, and like, again, I have kind of PTSD over going up against Calyx decks back during the Strixhaven Standard era when it was all the rage. I love Galvanizing Sawship as well, and Nebula Dragon, but I didn't play these because I was trying to play like a little bit lower end, and I wanted like stuff like the Starbreach Whale to smooth out my draws. To try to get into Tezzeret or some of the more powerful cards. That was kind of my goal. So let me get these out of here. I do have something that I want to open today as well. So for winning the tournament, I got a promo pack, and I've never had a promo pack before. This was my first one that I've ever taken. So generally when you win the oh, you can't even see that. You can probably see it here though. No, you can't see it that well there. When you win the tournament, you have a choice of either taking like 3 packs of cards, or you can take a 3-card Edge of Eternities Magic the Gathering promo pack. And these are all rares or mythics, I think. Yeah, you can try to whisper. I'm pretty new to Twitch. I only started streaming about 2 weeks ago, trying to get to like 10 followers on here because then you can start adding like channel bits and like give people actions and stuff that they can do, which is fun. I've got a lot of that stuff written, but I think I'm only at 4 followers right now. I've got a ton more followers on YouTube, but Twitch is hard. Like I find that you have to be on here a lot and then hope that maybe somebody raids you or something like that. Sorry about that, man. Okay, I'll have to look into some of that stuff after the stream. I really it's been great chatting with you here today though. This is really cool. I like the thing I love about when people come in the stream and talk about Magic is it gives me a whole other perspective on the game. Because I mean realistically, like you only have a chance to play so many decks yourself, play so many formats yourself. And it's so cool when people come in and share their experiences in Magic as well. It's just, you know. All right, so let's see what we got in this promo pack. I mean, it can be a bust, I'm sure, but I was like, I've never opened one of these before, and it would be fun to open it on stream with everyone. And yeah, that was like 2 nights ago, so I've been like kind of nail biting, like, what did I get in my pack? The you get, oh, nice. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Oh, sorry. So it's a possibility technician, but it's got like this, ooh, my skin tone, I guess, is kind of pink. It's got the Wizards logo on it, which I don't know exactly what that means. That's kind of cool, though. Actually, most of these do. Also, this Cavron Harrier, which is a cool, aggressive card, but it's in like, it's got the crazy logo thing, the Wizards logo rather than the Edge of Eternities logo. So that's kind of cool too. And then this little thing here, Vraska joins up, which also has the foil logo on it. Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for the email. I just got that. Oh, Moxfield, perfect. Yeah, I'll check that out after the stream, and because I'm going to be done here in probably about 20 minutes. Vraska joins up. You know, kind of cool. So there's some stuff in that I would actually play. That's kind of neat. I don't know what the value of any of these things are, but yeah, like definitely the Possibility Technician. That's a fantastic card. Like I think he's only a couple of bucks, but in a red aggressive deck, I feel like a Possibility Technician is a really good card to be playing in Standard. I'm not sure. I don't think red aggro plays it currently, but you know, because I mean, there are like cards that are probably even a little more aggressive. Let me actually see. I can get out of here. Okay, so yeah, I've got your deck pulled up now. Calyx Guided by Fate. Okay. Okay, a Jony. Yeah, that's neat. 1 or 2 creatures really big. Okay. Day of Judgment, of course. Good, always good to have a sweeper in there just in case things go awry. I mean, I've been finding like the thing about Edge of Eternities, when I do limited in Edge of Eternities, I always try to grab a sweeper because in the case that things go completely pear-shaped, like at least you have like Beyond the Quiet or something to just, let's just reset the board. And if you can like 3 for 1 or even sometimes 2 for 1 opponent, that's fantastic. Pearl Air, Imperial Advisor. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I totally see what this is going for. This is a cool deck. What's your win rate with this? Abundance. Nice. Mirari's Wake. Yeah. That's a great deck. Tyvar's Stand. There's there's a few cards here I don't recognize because I mean that's the thing about Commander or Historic or whatever. There's always going to be cards that it's like, man, I've never seen that in all Doubling Season. Oh man. Yeah, that's great. 40% for Commanders. I think that's fantastic. And you have fun with it. Like, I mean, I always think the best part of a deck is to have fun with it more than anything. Yeah, Doubling Season I could see being crazy. I mean, that card is so broken with so many other cards. Fantastic. Huh. All right, let's try to get one more in here before the end of the stream. Win or lose, you know, we've got 3, so this deck will be 50% if we lose. If we win, then, you know, that's great, but if not, then we had fun today and we picked up a few really, really nice cards along the way. Okay, so this is awkward. It's really awkward. This is Edge of Eternities where, yep, white cards. What do you think, Agron? Do you think we should pitch this back? Oh, we're not in the gaming screen. Should we pitch this back? It's all white cards basically with black land, and we are on the play. This is frustrating. Yeah, I think I've got to mulligan this. I mean, it sucks because it's like literally 1, 2, 3 holding up the like, but I mean, if we play Starport Security on turn 3 or something like that, it's awful. Oh my god, this is worse. Okay. I'm gonna keep this because holy crap. Let's keep this. Like at least if I draw any land, I can play the Voidborn. I'm gonna pitch the feeder. Yeah, I think that was a good call on the mulligan for sure. I am not going to warp the Voidborn because there is no point of that. So we might be out. Jesus, we might be out just based on the lack of land here. Wow, insult to injury, it's the Inquisitor. So I'm going to do the Titan, I think, because... Good God. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, we're probably never going to get to that Titan anyway. Top deck planes. Oh, well, I mean, now we can actually play something, which is all right. That's okay. I mean, we just need to draw into a planes, and then I think this hand will be okay. I would just like to do that in the next 2 turns, please. I think we play this because we can play the grab ship to get it back. And we want to keep our life total really high. Go Cracker. Warped in, so opponent's dirtling a bit. We can play the grab ship next turn. We'll probably draw planes now and then just have an awkward hand, I would think. No, okay. So now we can at least do this. It's not good, but we'll get back. Yeah, okay. That's... Okay, actually, do we want to just grab... No, I mean, we can play the color out of the graveyard, so let's do that. I think I want the Faithful, actually. What do you think? Faithful? Let's do that. Yeah, and I mean, we can play that out of the graveyard, which if we draw into land, we can double spell, which is nice. Night Luminary Hardcast. That's okay. So there we go. Or do I? No, yeah. Let's do that. I'm just going to destroy my own creature because I've got to hit some land here. That's fantastic. And I'm going to station that. Awesome. Okay, so Timeline Color is helping us here. Next turn we can play the Rammer, Vanishing Light. We've got some options. Like, at least we're not falling behind on land. We can even double spell with the Chaplain, start stationing this, and start putting counters on the grab ship, which might even be the best play. Yeah, Cracker Hounds, all right. Okay. We did a chat. We played a Plains. Jesus, what a sad, sad day. Yeah, so I mean, we still don't really have. It's not exciting. Let's 3 need 8, right? So yeah, we can do that. Do this. You know what? I think I'm just gonna play this. Banishing Light doesn't really worry me that much. The Night Luminary is like, yeah, all right. I think next turn we might even just blow our strip mine here, because it's... Although, actually, I guess we can get the Void Forge Titan out. Might be an even better play. Sentinel? Alright. Yeah, here I'm definitely trading that. No question. 6, yeah. Next turn we play out the Titan. Sure. What do I need here? 9? Wow, okay. I mean, I think we're even high enough that we can, yeah, just do that. Mouth. Wow. Okay. Fun. It's word 2. Okay. Six, eh? Here, I think we just attack. Keep pressuring. Alright. So we've got some good Radiant Strikes, which we're definitely going to have to take some advantage of to get some life. Yep, okay, that's a good target. Okay, let's get this down. Let's get rid of that. Sure. Does opponent have a focus fire here? Post-combat, we'll play our decode transmissions. Yep. Focus fire. That's all right. Cool. So we've got another plains, finally. That's nice. All right, Code Cracker Hound's nice to see. Self-craft mechan's nice to see. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Get rid of that. And we've got a focus fire here to blow out opponent. Okay, yeah, sure. All right. Yep. We got tons of land, so even more. All right, Agron. Yeah, if you go to bed, it's. I mean, it's been nice to see you. Thanks for chatting. If you feel like it, you can follow, keep up to date on what we do. I stream a few times a week, so. Cross Shatter. Yeah, that's okay. And Inquisitor. And Opponent Scoops. Yeah, I mean, this is the end of our stream anyway, but it's been great having you here to chat. Always, I love like chatting with people on stream. Like I said, you really get a huge perspective on all the different facets of Magic. This deck has been fantastic. I probably didn't give it enough credit. And yeah, I mean, we had 2 games there where we just had horrendous draws, but this deck does have like a fair amount of ability to withstand like some of the earlier turn plays. And we, to be fair, we have gone up against a few opponents today who have not done much of anything for quite a few turns. And I think that is what saved our bacon. But like 4 wins, 2 losses is great. If we could get 5 wins and 3 losses, I'd be thrilled with that. But even 4 and 3 is awesome. But yeah, anyway, it's been a wonderful day. Let's take a look at the deck again. The Sunstar Chaplain, that was our pick one, pack one. Not a mind-blowing card or anything like that, but it definitely is something that, you know, is nice to have down. And then we have not seen this guy yet at all, Xu-Ifit, the Osteoharmonist. All the games that we've played, we have not drawn. What's that been? 6 games, and we have not seen him yet, which I find in arena draft is a very common thing, where you draft like an amazing card and then you play like 8 games and you never see that card. It's just bizarre. You wouldn't think that that would be possible, but there we go. So yeah, I mean, I drafted this because I just kind of wanted to see what it would be like. It just seems like a very, very fun card. And I mean, it's got some cool synergies with some of the other stuff too, like, you know, Timeline Color just brings it back for free rather than having to play the 2 life. It would be great to put, you know, something like a Void Forge Titan or a Circuit Feeder back from the graveyard onto the battlefield. It, at the very least, I figured Osteoharmonist is like a bolt target, essentially. Somebody has got to do something to remove that when it comes down, because otherwise, yeah, I feel like it can just take off, because you don't even need to exile the card that you're bringing back. You can just keep bringing it back again and again and again and again. That's absolutely crazy. We've also got the Grav ship, which has been good for bringing back creatures. I mean, honestly, I think the Grav ship is what saved us there, because it got us down to that Faller's Faithful, that then we could warp in the timeline color and destroy our own timeline color to draw 2 cards to make sure we're always hitting our land drops. If we had missed a land drop in that game, I don't think we would have won it, because it wasn't overly close, but it was close enough that I think if opponent had started pulling ahead there, I don't know that we would have been able to come back from that. We did have some flyers, but he was starting to take care of our flyers by the end of the game, so we needed to close that out quickly. Unlike one of the games I played a little bit earlier, where I was winning that game by a mile, and then I kind of skipped a beat and then started almost losing it. So that was a little bit frustrating. But yeah. What else is in this deck? I mean, Embrace Oblivion is a card that I feel like it outperforms itself in this format. We've seen this sort of thing, this sorcery 1-drop where you sacrifice something time and time and time again, and sometimes it's like an exile effect, but I feel like this is the first format where it is just stupidly powerful. Like, it is premium removal that looks like it's not. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's better than something like Radiant Strike, which is 4 times the amount of mana and incredibly limited in that it can only destroy a artifact or tap creature. There's, like, in this format, there's always lander tokens, there's always soldier tokens, there's drone tokens, there's something. Like, there is always something that you can use to trigger Embrace Oblivion. It's a fantastic card. And then this also triggers Void, which is great. I mean, it kind of double triggers Void, but there you have it. Swarm Color, not a big fan of. Grav Kill, I love. And, of course, the Depressurize. This also, like, it looks like it's not great removal. I find that this is just stupefying removal. It can remove so much stuff. It's like Vane's Treachery from Final Fantasy, where it's like, oh, that doesn't look that great. Oh my goodness, it's really, really good. Yeah, and then I don't know, like, I feel like we picked up the right amount of removal for this deck. Our deck, during our last draft on Wednesday, didn't have enough removal. Like, there was only, I think, 2-3 pieces of removal in it, and then a bunch of kind of soft removal, so it just didn't get the job done. Strip Mine, kind of nice. I don't know that it's, you know, like, it's really useful if opponent's already behind. And with something like an Ice Till Explorer, that combo of Strip Mine and Ice Till Explorer, that's just game over. Like, there's no coming back from that, because you're literally just destroying 2 lands every turn. Thing is devastating. I would love to, that was kind of why I grabbed that, because I'm like, if an Ice Till comes up, I can always switch into green. I'm not expecting to ever get that combo off, but in actually during one of our drafts this week, a guy came in who plays Timeless, and Timeless is one of the formats where Strip Mine is not even restricted. There's only 2 formats, I think, where you can play Strip Mine. One is Historic, where it is limited, and you can only play 1 of them. That's restricted. The other one is Timeless, where you can play 4 of them. So he plays a lot of Timeless. And man, I hate land destruction. I hate being on the other side of land destruction, because it just feels so bad. But, you know, it's fun to play. Back in the day, I used to play Demonic Hordes and Stone Rain and Sinkholes and what was the other? Ice Storm. I used to play all that stuff just to, yeah. And of course, 4 Strip Mines, because at the time, Strip Mine was like actually in standard. That was when it was released. It was during Revised was when I started playing. So Strip Mine was out then. Maze of Ith, another fun card. I think Maze of Ith was one of those ones you had to mail away with the novels, wasn't it? I don't know. Chat, if you know, let me know. My memories are hazy. I mean, that was 35 years ago, and I was in high school at the time. Long time ago. Yeah, I'm old. All right. This has been a blast, though. Like, I mean, I know I had a couple of games there where I got pretty salty, and I know that it's hard sometimes to maintain that positivity in Magic when you're just getting, like, completely blown out, which is kind of what was happening in the 2 games that we lost today. And even this game, a little frustrating. But I think some of these games made up for it. This game especially, I feel like this latest game, there were a few good plays on my part that, you know, it's not always whether you win or lose. It's more like, were there fun, good plays? And that early game play where I played at the timeline color and then played the Feller's Faithful on it, the Faller's Faithful, I think that was a cincher there because it allowed us to draw into some land. We had to hit a plains. I mean, we absolutely had to get a plains there. So it was like at any cost, really. And I mean, that cost was 2 life, I guess. It was kind of like playing a Decode Transmissions, but for multiple cards and something is there on the board. And once that Faller's Faithful hit the board, like, we were looking pretty okay. That thing is great at stationing the grav ship. And stuff just kind of starts coming together at that point. But, you know, that's Magic. It's been a fun day of Magic for sure. And you know, again, anytime I do a draft and get 4 wins, I'm happy. It's higher than 50% win rate. You get like most of your gems back for entering the event. And that's, you know, what more can you ask for? All right. So, yep. Until next week, I guess Monday is our next stream, and I will be posting a few videos on YouTube between now and then, potentially. I do, as I said, I do want to try this, Arena Direct event. Not that I have a whole lot of hope for it, but it is fun to try, you know, and be, and just like Sealed is a whole other world where, like, as I always say, Sealed is literally like a one-arm banded slot machine where you get your packs, what you get in them is what you get. I've had so many Sealeds where, like, my rears are great, but in those colors, there's nothing to support those rears, which means you can't play the rears. Or you get a lot of great rears, but there's no fixing. Or you get part of a synergy, but the rest of the synergy isn't there to support it. In Final Fantasy, when I did my paper Sealed, I got, oh man, like, I think I got like 8 or 9 towns and literally no cards that cared about towns. So that wasn't particularly useful. I got Vincent Valentine, no removal in black. I think I got 1 Vane's Treachery or something like that. So I couldn't play him, and you can't splash him because he's a double black pip. And like, I got Dion, which was great, and I did get a couple of knights. Like, I got Squall, the white Squall, was it 1 white 2 colorless Squall that gives first strike and vigilance. So like, white was really strong, but yeah, I mean, I couldn't ride it to a lot of wins. Luckily, that was just like a casual Sealed, just with friends and fun, and that was a blast, especially opening a Dion. Dion in Final Fantasy was just busted. All right, so yeah, this has been Mint Alpha Lotus, and thanks for joining me for yet another draft and watching me kind of dirtle along here and try to move our way up into Mythic. It's been a busy month, and I haven't been able to dedicate nearly as much time to Magic as I would have liked. But I mean, the wonderful thing about doing this streaming, it does give me a chance to, like, it's a focused event where, like, I will sit and play Magic, because, you know, sometimes in life things get in the way, and you got to take time for yourself. I have a tendency to probably work too hard sometimes. And even on this stream, I probably work too hard. I've generated all sorts of stuff for the stream, assets and things like that. So, you know, that's how it goes. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys hanging out. And until next time, stay mint.